Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking about my first half of my week number 36 of 2024, which is the 2nd September to the 4th, make it Wednesday, Monday to Wednesday. Guys, not going to lie, it's been a shit 3 days. I will tell you now why. It hasn't necessarily been shit, like progression and activity wise, but just, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you now because I don't feel great. Um, right. So, the second went to sleep at around 1:30 in the morning. Woke up at 6 in the fucking morning to go and give my car to this fucking guy that's gonna scrap it. For some reason, he said he had to be here by 6. So I got up, gave him the car, made myself some porridge, had a coffee, and then I agreed the night before to go to the gym with my friend. Very grateful, you know. He gives me free pass basically, and he basically meets up with me pretty much. He hardly ever says no. I say, "You want to go gym at this time?" And he's always like, "Yeah, no matter what time." So yeah, today on Monday we went at 8:30. Obviously, I'm hitting legs twice a week. Hit the legs, felt good. I actually grew some balls and finally did a fucking barbell squat. I've been trying to go around squatting because I didn't really like it. I've been using lots of machines, leg press, extension, all that shit, and hip thrust machine. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. You know, just go to squat. And I did, touched up some technique, and yeah, I used to do a lot of front squatting. Stopped that too because front squatting is really tough. Even on lighter weights, it's fucking tough. But yeah, for the first time in ages, I did a back squat. It was actually really like a gritty workout, which I like. It's like the right level of difficulty that just actually makes it enjoyable. With front squats, I feel like I'm going to pass out. For some reason, I breathe differently in front squats. Anyway, I had a really great workout. My friend wasn't really feeling it, so he sort of left early, but I stayed and finished. I had to leave out one set at the end because I had to leave. I had to be back at my house by a certain time. I probably mentioned this in my journals around fucking March time, but I wonder what that title was. I might look for it after recording this. But I have two sisters, and one lives with her boyfriend, and the other one lives in Scotland. My other sister that lives in Scotland just got back from America. She was in America for a few months, and she came back, and we decided just before she goes back to Scotland, let's go to this theme park again. We went there back in March before we all went travelling. I obviously went travelling with my other sister that I mentioned a few times. Um, and yeah, when we went there before we went travelling, it was too windy, so they shut all the rides. So when we left, they said you can have free return up to this date. And we thought that we'd never be together, all three of us, until that date. So we thought we'd have to miss it. Turns out, I said, "Hey, we're all together. Let's go to the theme park." Um, it was my idea, but then yeah, when it came to today, I was like, "Fucking hell! I wish I didn't mention it now." Because I've just finished gym now. I've got to go to the theme park. I can't go jiu-jitsu. But I was like, fuck it, you know, whatever. Came in, washed up from the gym, and my sister who lives in the house or sleeps in the house, or she lives in Scotland. Or not obviously, you guys don't fucking know that, but I promise the bad bit gets soon. You know, this is all fine so far. Um, yeah, she just walks out, and then I've got my phone on charge downstairs. These details don't really matter to you guys. And she's texting the group chat, "Where are you? I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is." I'm like, "Well, you didn't even fucking look in my room. How are you gonna say you don't know where I am when you didn't even try and look? Fucking annoying." She's only been here a week. She's already pissed me off. I can't remember what day it was, but just the other day I was just observing her eat breakfast. She was eating breakfast on the other side of the table to me, and she just pissed me off somehow without doing anything. Just annoyed me. I just felt annoyed. And this is my younger sister who I haven't seen in months. She hasn't even been home a week, and just watching her operate just fucking annoys me. I think it's just siblings, man. Weird. Um, but yeah, so we got in the car. We drove like a fucking hour and 40 minutes to this blood clot theme park. I'm grateful that my older sister has quit vaping, because the first time we went to Thorpe Park, she kept fucking vaping in the car and it made me want to be sick. But yeah, luckily she didn't do that now. Congratulations to her for quitting. I can't imagine how addicting it probably is. Yeah, stopped off at a service station. I had some fucking sweet and sour chicken with rice and a McDonald's coffee. So on I used to have like a food activity and sleep tracker, and I've now made a new sort of tab on the Excel sheet for September, and I've decided to add some more bits of data. So like in between, because I literally used to only record food, activity, and sleep. That was it. But now I just add little notes like what I was doing in these little bits, and I also add like the net, like at the end of the day, the money earned to spent. So it'll be a green box if I've earned money, or a red box if I've lost money. I did the maths. Automatically every day I spend about £5.77 on my subscriptions, and yeah, luckily Monday and Tuesday I made money, which is actually quite nice because I've been fucking losing it all the time basically. And if you look at a month by month basis, I've done nothing but lost money since April, and it fucking hurts. Yeah, fuck me. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I had some sweet and sour chicken at some service station, drove, got to the theme park. And yeah, theme parks are weird, you know, the kind of people you see at theme parks, just like it's a different energy. The rides were cool. Obviously, this is the closest theme park to me, so naturally I've been there a few times. I'm 22 now, went there loads as a kid, haven't really been there in a while though. There is a new ride, which I went to, and it's actually pretty sick. But the problem, I mean, I've been to theme parks in like America and stuff, and they just do stuff bigger out there. With us, it's like really hard. For me, I'm like, that ride was cool, but I can't stop thinking about how I just spent an hour and a half in a queue. The ride was not worth it. Like, it was cool. If the ride was a little bit longer, it'll be worth it, but that wasn't. Yeah, and also my sister has very, very, very mild autism. So we got like a fucking speed pass, which is kind of funny. I don't know why they do that. Yeah, also, something about autism. I feel like when people get, because I've seen this more than once. I've known people, and I'm like, yeah, they're fine. They're a little bit like quirky, but they're fine. And then they happen to get an autism diagnosis, and they become way more autistic. It's like when a doctor tells people they're autistic, they become so much more autistic. They're like, oh, you know what? Oh, when I'm in a restaurant and I can hear 3 different conversations going on, it just bothers me a little bit, but it's not a big deal. And then they get a diagnosis and they literally can't stand it. They have to leave the room. It's like, what the hell? You were fine before that. Now you've just been told you've got autism. It's like they're acting the little, what's the word? It's like they're acting like they have it more than they do. I'm sure they're not intentionally acting, but maybe now their brain has been told you have autism. They just like fully embrace all of the fucking, what's the word? There is a word. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. With a topic like this, I don't really want to use the wrong word. But like, the symptoms is probably the wrong word. But like, they embrace all the symptoms and they like fucking double down. It's just weird to see, and it makes me think, did the diagnosis actually benefit you? But yeah, anyway. I sort of thought like, fuck, like I ate like shit on Sunday, and like great, now I'm going to a theme park where there's nothing but shit food. So naturally for lunch I had a double bacon and cheese extra large burger from Burger King. It's pretty amazing actually. But yeah, went on some more rides, tried not to be sick. Went on one ride that is really old. This ride I'd literally been on when I was like 12. I'm now 22 and I went on it again, and my god, it's so old and and wobbly. Like, it banged my head in the restraints like a ping pong ball or like a pin table. What's it called? What the fuck is it called? It's not a ping pong table. That's different. Pinball table. Shit, when I'm older, I'm gonna buy one of those for my house. So cool. Oh my god, they're like $6.5 grand. What the fuck? How is it that expensive? That's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna play a free pinball game. Oh yes, 247pinball.com. Alright, not right now. Let's continue with this video. I can see myself spending a lot of time on there. Yeah, so basically, theme park was cool. Finished up the day, came home. I feel like there was actually quite a lot that happened last video, but I didn't really mention all of it because I think I was just tired. I wanted to go to bed. I might have been in a slightly bad mood. But yeah, so came home, drove home, got dropped off, and on the way when I was in the back of the car because my younger sister is very inconsiderate and she knows that I'm way taller than her, but she still shotguns the front seat, so I have to like cramp in the back of this fucking Audi RS, whatever it is. I don't know if it's RS. Let me look it up. No, it's not an RS. It's way bigger. It's a small Audi car. Got a cramp in the back of the motherfucker. I think it's a Q8, is it? Anyway, no, not a Q8. Ignore me. But yeah, I'm sitting in the back. I have my arm over the chair and I fall asleep. And then when I wake up, I literally cannot feel my arm. Like my brain is telling my fingers to move and they're just not responding to my fingers. So that was pretty funny. But then when I woke up, I'd used my other only working arm to look at my phone. And I've had a text from that fucking guy who... For those of you who don't know, if this is your first video, I went travelling recently with a girl that I really liked. I completely fell in love with her. I've never been this in love with a girl before. I went travelling with her. We had an intimate relationship, and it turns out, and I was completely head over heels for her, my friends. I can't tell you how much. And it turns out the whole time we were out there, she was basically fucking the chef, because we met at a restaurant, and there was a chef that we both knew together, and she was fucking him. And it was a massive surprise to me because he's like 11 years older than us and he's ugly as a dog. So the fact that they were having sex just blew my mind and destroyed me a little bit, to be honest. But this guy texted me and he was like, yeah, I just wanted to ask you if you're still texting and if she was interested in a relationship with you, if she was telling anything like that. And I literally said, like, my brother in Christ, stop texting that hoe. Because the way he worded the text, I could tell that he was still talking to her and trying to, like, be in a relationship. And I was like, what the fuck do you want from me, bro? Like, you know I liked her, you were fucking her behind my back. Then, I mean, to give him a little bit of credit, he is the one that told me everything, because if it wasn't for him, I would never have known that she was a complete hoe. Which I did need to know. So I'm grateful for him for actually pulling me aside and telling me. But now, like, I mean, that could have been the foundation for, like, a lifelong, like, deep friendship, you know, because we were both really sad about it. But instead, I said, yo, G, let's go gym together, let's do this and that. But instead, he went the other way and he went back to that girl, which basically, by definition, makes him a cuck, which is kind of hilarious. But, yeah, he went the other way. So I'm like, dude, you made your choice. Fuck off. You know, I don't want to talk to you. We're not bros. We could have been bros, but now we're not. You chose pussy, you know. So don't talk to me. But I did. I made him a voice note because at the time, and I do regret this, but I made a voice note because I really empathised with him because I could see from the way he texted that that he was feeling probably very similar to the way I felt when it was all going wrong between me and her when I was away, before I knew that she was a complete hoe. So I told him, like, bro, she's a hoe. She fucked hella guys when she was away. You know, get off. Like, stop texting her, mate. And I said, don't find comfort that we're not texting anymore, because she's definitely texting other dudes. And she's proved in the near history that she can cheat on you. So stop fucking texting her. Plus, she's like 11 years younger than you, bro. But for some reason, she keeps fucking him, so I can understand why he'd be a little bit, like, confused with mixed signals and that. I get it. And obviously, like, when you have really intense feelings, it completely overpowers your logical brain. I know that from experience, for fuck's sake. God, do I know that. And yeah, so I sent him a voice note, and I was like, yeah, I waited a few hours. He didn't reply for a few hours, and he never replied actually. And I was like, you know, fuck this. I'm gonna delete the message because I was thinking about it basically ever since I sent it, and I'm like, look, he chose her, and now he's come back to you again because it's gone wrong. Fuck this guy, man. Who am I? Just some guy that stands on the side and fucking helps him out? No. This girl, I genuinely was fucking in love with this girl. I'm not going to stand here and give support to the other fucking cuck that was trying to sleep with her as well. Complete low-life cunt. But, yeah, so he never even replied, but I'm pretty sure that he forwarded that voice note to this girl. So the next day, I had my sister, my older sister, who knows this girl through like a family friend. We all went travelling together. I have my sister who's like texting me like, look, you might get a text from this girl soon. She's texting me about some stuff. I don't know what's happened. But she said, oh, but she says that you've blocked her and she'd like you to unblock her. Which is funny because I actually didn't block her. She blocked me. So she blocked me on everything for some reason. If there was anybody that should have been doing the blocking, it should have been me. I don't know why she blocked me. She blocked me on Instagram and everything. But she blocked me on WhatsApp, and she must have forgot that she blocked me because she was asking me to unblock her, which made no sense. But then I told my sister, like, yo, she's blocked me, so tell her to unblock me if she wants to talk to me, you know what I mean? And yeah, so she unblocked me. I just messaged her like, yo, Chinese Whispers is gay. Let's fucking talk straight up. If you have anything to say, just tell me. Don't tell my sister, you know, because it's weird. Just like, she's the middle, like, just message me. And I can understand why she felt like she couldn't, because for the longest time I just completely aired her. I haven't spoken to her since she's got back. And I won't read out the entire message because it's quite long. But she asked me to meet in person, and I just said no, basically. And she says, okay, I take it back, let's not meet in person. I just wanted to say something, get it off my chest and make peace. Some stupid white bitch shit. Like, and I basically I explained my situation to her, that I didn't spread all the fucking information like some drama spreader, like some drama queen. And she told my sister that I was spreading misinformation, but then when she spoke to me, she didn't accuse me of anything like that, because she knows that the base true story is far disgusting enough to the point where I don't need to lie. If I just tell the true story, everybody will already think you're a complete slut. I don't need to lie. The story is already that gross. So she actually happened to not accuse me of lying when she spoke to me directly, but she's telling everybody else that I'm lying. Shock horror. And I just explained the situation, and I told her that, like, she said "make peace" twice in the text. It was so gay. I said, look, you don't just get to make peace. You have behaved like a complete hoe, and you have to live with that now. You don't just get to make peace and forget that it all happened, you know? I think she blocked me again after that message. So I replied once, and I think she blocked me again because she hasn't replied. It's been about a day now, because that was on Tuesday. I'm obviously recording this on Wednesday. But yeah, that fucking, like, it. I don't know if I guess upset is the right word. But it just put it all back on my mind again, because I've finally been sort of making some space, and I can say now, because oh fucking hell, I remember like a few days after landing 2 months ago, I used to say, yeah, I'm feeling better. That was a complete lie. I was not feeling better. I was still fucked. I was trying to manifest shit. Turns out manifesting doesn't work. Sorry, hippies. Manifesting is fucking bullshit. But I can now truthfully say that maybe like a week ago, obviously I'm not better, but she's definitely occupying less of my mind. Like before, I would literally think about her maybe twice an hour, at the absolute least. If not, it'll be more than that. But now, I mean, I don't know how to say in measurements, but it must be less, because I feel generally I'm able to be a little bit happier during the day and laugh more. But yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere near, you know, there yet, because I'm so fucked from this whole situation. But yeah, I was getting there. I was making steps in the right direction. And now all this shit has come up again. It just sort of slows it down, I feel. And just reminds me about it all. And just talking to her just makes me feel shit. So I'm glad I didn't accept her offer on meeting up. And I'm glad she isn't texting me again anymore. I suppose we should restart the timer again. Fuck's sake. Been about 2 months since we ever texted. She just texted me yesterday, so let's restart the timer. Here's to another 2 months and many more. Fuck that bitch. Anyway, it's just so sad, ladies and gents. The whole situation is just so fucking sad. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Just have a big break from girls and do my own thing. And, you know, I'm not a dickhead. I'm sure that somebody will come into my life before I die, you know. Preferably before they've had massive kids, massive families and big divorces. I'd rather not be part of like that late game. I'd rather get it started. But yeah, it's fucked up, guys. So fucked up, man. I feel like, I think I've said this before, but I feel like this is all intentional. I feel like there's somebody up there that's like pulling strings and manipulating our growing generation into certain cultures, like hookup culture and like just fucking hoe culture. All the music that's played on the radio and like all the music videos and all that shit. I feel like it's just enabling hoe culture, hookup culture. It's just destroying us, man. It makes me so sad. But there's not really anything I can do about that. Yeah, that's it, guys. It's peak. But we keep moving, you know. Sometimes I just want to fucking stay in bed. Don't even want to get out. Like, I mean, I've had heartbreaks before, where it's kind of, maybe I'd describe it as like a half heartbreak. I thought they were full heartbreaks at the time, but I didn't know shit then. You had heartbreaks where it actually motivated you, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to get out, I'm going to train, I'm going to get ripped, I'm going to do this, I'm going to make money. But like this time, there's none of that. There's none of that inspiration. I just don't want to get out of bed. You know, it's not a fun one. Like when I broke up with my ex-girlfriend last year, it was a fun breakup because I was like, yeah, I feel on fire. I want to fucking destroy people at training. I want to make dough. I think I remember saying to my mate, fucking hell, I wish they put this feeling in a tablet. I would take it every day. But no way. I would never wish it on my worst enemy for this feeling that I have right now about this girl in a tablet. No way. She did actually say in the message, though, that she said, I'm sorry I caused you so much pain. That was obviously not my intention. It's nice to hear that she's sorry and she's aware that she caused me so much pain. But at the same time, like, I don't understand how else she could see it playing out. Like, from her position, when she could see all of her cards, when she knew that she was fucking somebody that we mutually knew the whole time, and when I literally told her straight up I want a relationship, and she still fucked me and led me on. And, you know, I gave her I understand that it might have been difficult in her position to have the difficult conversation. But first of all, it's just about decency. I had so many difficult conversations with her. I initiated so many. I gave her so many chances, to be honest. I literally asked her straight up, word for word. I know you want to, I mean, this is an exact quote verbatim, but I remember saying twice, I remember saying, like, I know you said you're not ready to be in a relationship, but does that mean you want to sleep with loads of people? Because if she said that, I honestly believe that even in the height of my feelings, I would have walked away. And I would have been sad, but I would have walked away. But she said to me both times, no, I'm not that kind of person. So that's a complete lie. She completely was that kind of person. And I gave her the chance to come clean so many times. And it's clear that she's ashamed of it because she fucking hid it from me. And now she acts like I owe her some sort of favour to be keeping her secrets from people that she's trying to fuck over next. You know? Fuck her, bro. But yeah, I know I tried to conclude this about 5 minutes ago, but I just tumbled back into it again. But anyway, Tuesday, the rest of Tuesday, I did a PT. Pretty good PT. My client is falling in love with the app I'm using, and he says these numbers are absolutely spot on. Little does he know I made a big mistake filling in the data for the first week, so it's all placebo, but at least he's happy. Rode home, I literally didn't even feel hungry. I rode home after the PT. All I'd eaten. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention on Tuesday. I've completely missed Tuesday. Sorry. So yeah, I went to bed on Monday. 4 bowls of Cheerios. On Monday, I woke up at 79.5 kg, which is probably my heaviest. Um, I woke up at Tuesday late. Um, I had an open mat and I felt alright. I felt my energy was fine, but I just couldn't be fucking bothered to train that day. As soon as I woke up, I was like, I don't want to go training, but I have to because I wouldn't have trained jiu-jitsu in like fucking 3 days. So I need to go training. Went, hated it. Did some rounds though. Had a coffee with some of the guys. 250. I came home, bought some steak in the shop. So I measured it. It's 250 grams of beef, which is 250 grams less than I usually have. But this beef isn't minced. It's just like frying pan steaks. Had the beef, the scrambled eggs, 4 scrambled eggs, lovely, delicious. Also 4 bowls of Cheerios. Did a little bit of crypto and gaming with my mate. What did I do on crypto? I think I just moved some funds around on Tuesday. Didn't buy anything. Rode my bike to the client's house. Did the session. He loved it. Rode back. And as soon as I got back, like by this point, the girl had started texting me, and I was waiting for a reply. And I had massive butterflies, so I decided to go on a 1-hour run because it always helps with butterflies. That's a life hack, by the way, guys. I did the run and yeah, it was all right, you know. Got the run done and yeah, I mean, I think I ran about 12. Oh yeah, I've got here. I've written it down. 12.717 kilometers in 1 hour. I wasn't really pacing myself. I was just running to run. Sometimes I picked up the pace if the music was good and I felt like pushing. It was actually quite an enjoyable run. I could see myself doing an hour run more often. Around 30 minutes in, I needed the toilets, but I just kept going and managed to hold it throughout the whole thing. And yeah, ran around my whole town twice. It's quite interesting, the 1 hour run. I've never heard my app say 1 hour. It's always like 20 minutes. But yeah, 1 hour, unlocked it, boom. Felt pretty good after. I was worried that I was going to be knackered for Wednesday morning today, which was the pro training, but I was actually fine. So there you go. Don't be scared of an hour run, ladies and gents, if you're a very fit 22-year-old young man. After the run, I came in. I planned to have bolognese, but I just literally wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat. I was in bed by fucking 11 o'clock, and I was probably asleep by half 11. So a very well-behaved day, really. I woke up today on Wednesday at around 7, and I had my porridge, Nutella, and coffee. Went to the pro class at 9:30. I was literally just about right on time. So for the last day, I've actually been really good punctuality wise. It's quite nice. You feel better. You can feel more respectful about yourself. I should really do that more often. My energy today was 8 out of 10. My performance running was 7 out of 10. It was alright. Could have been better. I could have been higher intensity because the whole point of the pro class is to go high intensity. Then I did the public class afterwards, but I didn't really do any of the technique. I just jumped in for the rolling. Energy was about 7 out of 10. Rolling was about 7 out of 10. But yeah, I guess, I don't know if I'm a little bit fucked mentally just recently. But yeah, but my aggression hasn't really been there, and my love for training hasn't really been there for the last 3 days. But I know that it comes and goes. It's been a cycle that I've been through many times. So I'm not unfamiliar with it, and I'm not scared of it. But it's more fun when you're in the cycle where you love it. Just like 2 weeks ago, I was loving training. And I still like it, but you know, I'm just not in the moment when I'm there. I'm a little bit like, God, don't really want to be here, but it's part of my routine. So yeah, had coffee with some of my mates again around 1 o'clock after training. You know, actually, some guy asked me in the changing room again today. I thought that this stopped now, but because I've been back from traveling maybe 2.5 months now. That's what, 10 weeks. Wow, 10 weeks. And oh my God, man. Yeah, I've been back from traveling like 10 weeks, and I thought, I mean, the first few weeks was so shit, cause I mean, obviously the news was very fresh. I felt fucking devastated, but yeah, today I had one guy be like, "Hey man, didn't you go traveling with that girl?" I was like, "Fuck, man." I just said, bro, it didn't work out. She was full of streets, and I just moved on. But yeah, man, I was like, man, I hope people aren't going to keep asking me this. I think that's everyone now. I don't think there's anyone else that hasn't been told. But yeah, I actually went to the cinema at 2 o'clock. I planned to go with that lovely girl I went on a date with like 2 weeks ago, but I don't know. I'm just not ready. She's actually really fit, and she's really nice to talk to, but I'm just not ready for that. You know, it's not really fair to her because I wouldn't be able to be there. I don't want to be gay, but like emotionally, I wouldn't be able to be there for her. I'm not sure what the right word is I'm trying to find, but I just wouldn't be able to be there for 100% because I'm still really fucking heartbroken about somebody else. So it's not really fair to go into something with somebody else when you're like that, I feel. But yeah, even though like impulsively I want to, because I feel like it might take my mind off it, it just feels wrong. And I like this girl to the point where, well, this other girl, I like this girl to the point where I don't want to, you know, mess her around. Even though I am curious to see what it would be like if I threw myself at it. I have a feeling that it probably won't be. It's just not fair on her, full stop. So I'm not gonna do it. But yeah, I went and watched the movie myself anyway. Deadpool versus Wolverine. It was all right. You know, it was fun. It was all right. I actually cracked up a few times. But there was a lot that happened. I was like, what the fuck? I can't believe they were allowed to do half of this stuff with like the Marvel universe and shit. But yeah, like I thought Wolverine was DC. Now he's in Marvel timelines. What the fuck? And then yeah, I mean, yeah, it was all right. Um, yeah, that's all I'd say. It was all right. Maybe like 5, 6 out of 10. It was fun, but like the storyline was a little bit shit, to be honest. Um, yeah, so had that. Came home on the train. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention it. In the morning, I actually bumped into one of my secondary school mates on the train. He seems to be doing well. But yeah, came home and had some fucking bolognese, had some cookies, watched a bit of Action Bronson, and then came upstairs and tried to sort all my stuff out. Turns out my car insurance is auto-renewing itself, which is fucking gay because I kind of distinctly remember doing it last year and not turning on auto-renew, so I don't know why it's renewing itself. That's really annoying. Couldn't call them because their phone lines were busy and they just shut by the time I got to my computer, so I have to do that tomorrow, get a refund. They're probably going to keep some fucking fee because they're a bunch of fucking cunts. Like, I've probably, every mistake there is to be made with buying a new car, I think I've made it. So at least I can be very informative to my friends and family when they're buying new cars, because I think I've made every mistake in the book. Anyway, I then went straight onto crypto. I moved some more money around. I was following two wallets. One is a very successful trader on the Ethereum network. One is a very successful trader on the Binance network. And I decided to, yeah, follow the trade. So one of them bought in. Man, I was like fucking 15% up. Very excited. But it turns out I can't sell the tokens probably ever. I told my friend about it, who is about $50 I've just lost here. I told my friend who's pretty good at this stuff, and he told me, yeah, that first of all, that coin is a duplicate of a real coin, and it's likely that somebody's made it, and it's in the script that only developer wallets can sell, because whenever I try and sell it on PancakeSwap, it says that there's an error and it can't sell, which is very frustrating. So now I need to be careful with copy trading for traps like this. I suppose, yeah, I mean, these crypto scammers are fucking smart, and I just need to know more about crypto before I do stuff like this, and I suppose I'll learn by losing money. But yeah, then I went to the Ethereum trader who just made a trade after this. I tried to trade on the coin that he was trading on, but I couldn't buy it because there wasn't enough liquidity. I was like, how the fuck's he buying it, and how the fuck is the price going up and the liquidity going up, and it's not letting me enter like a $10 trade? He's just put like a $300 trade down, and I can't put a $10 trade down. How does that work? So I started educating myself on liquidity. I sort of knew what it was already, but then I looked into it more. And even after looking into it, I can't understand why it wouldn't let me put my trade in. But whatever. So now I need to be more careful with the wallets that I follow, because I didn't really realise that this was a possibility, that I would buy a token, it wouldn't let me sell. But yeah, so I guess I learn by losing. Yeah, then I did my personal training test, which has finally been emailed to me. And then it turns out I had an email because I have a job interview tomorrow on Thursday. And I knew about that on Monday. I thought I confirmed the interview, but I must have forgot to click the fucking button. For some reason, instead of email you directly, they message you on this fucking shit website that keeps asking me to log in. I haven't checked it, and then I finally got an email from this email called no reply at, and this fucking website. It's like, yeah, we're trying to contact you and we can't get through. So why don't you just fucking email my regular email that I check? Why do you have to message me through some shit website that I'm not gonna log on to? Especially if I'm a job hunter and I've applied for hundreds of jobs, I'm not gonna fucking check your shit website unless I've applied for all those jobs on that website. But yeah, so I looked and they're like, oh, you haven't got in touch with us, so just let us know if you're still interested. And I was like, look, I asked for an interview on this day. Why do we need to keep talking? But yeah, that fucking website annoyed me, but it's probably all the other shit going on that made me more annoyed. And yeah, so I've messaged them. I said, look, let's still do the interview tomorrow. I forgot to confirm. I must have forgot to click the button, or the website fucked up. It's probably me forgetting to click the button, because I remember I screenshotted it and sent it to my dad. And at the bottom there was a button saying confirm interview. I might have forgot to press that. But I just emailed them like, yep, let's do it tomorrow. And hopefully that still goes on tomorrow. If not, I've still got my PT with my mate and obviously training myself. And yeah. So yeah, my bi-weekly goal last week was to set more life goals. And I have done that now. Let me actually just read them out. I've done it down to the month. I wanted to make sure they're achievable but still impressive. So right now, I'm basically making maybe 200, maybe 50 to 100 pounds a week. It's maybe what I'm making, but not even really. In the next month, I want to make at least 250 pounds a week. I know that's low, but I need to make these very achievable. I want to look for jobs if this doesn't work out tomorrow, and look more into crypto, because God knows I have lots to learn about crypto. In the next 2 months, I want to be making £300 a week and have three, because I currently have 2 personal training clients. I want 3 clients, and in the next 2 months, I want to either be successful in trading crypto. If I'm not successful in trading crypto, I need to be working more hours, one of the two, in the next 2 months. Look to create content and market myself in the next 2 months. So try and confirm something, or even better, have it done already. Just start getting things underway and decide what I want my brand to be. In the next 3 months, I want to be making £500 a week, which is quite a big step. That's actually a pretty all-right wage for somebody who would be self-employed. £500 a week, 3 to 4 clients. Start transitioning from, if I'm working at a restaurant or any job, start transitioning from those hours to my PT hours exclusively, and think of things to sell on the side of PTing. And if the content is working, then double down by 3 months. But yeah, that's my 3-month goal. I'm going to follow that. Obviously, we have like the side plot of policing, but I'm just going to assume that doesn't happen for the sake of simplicity. Obviously, if that happens, then I will go into that. Like, I'll obviously work around it and change my goals. But I'm not going to rely on that, because they're being really slow. Plus, I might have even missed their emails from the amount of junk emails I get. I should probably check, actually. I'm going to check now. Yeah, last email's on the 14th of August, and I've already done that. Yeah, so it's almost been a month, these motherfuckers. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a bit of a shit 3 days, but you know, I feel like we have sort of advanced a lot personally. But it's just been a bit tough, and I haven't felt fantastic. But better days will come. I'm confident of that. And that's it, really. I don't really want to speak anymore. That's it. I hope you have a successful next half of your week number 36. Best of luck.